Good morning, class 6. I'm Anil Bhagat, your science teacher from Modern International School, Hiswa. Welcome back to our e-learning program. Today, in this video lecture, we will discuss about chapter 11, that is light, shadows and reflection. In this chapter, we will discuss about light. So we all know light is a form of energy which help us to see different things. So there are two type of objects if we try to understand here, that is luminous object and non-luminous object. So luminous objects are those objects which have their own light and emit light, like sun, uh, candle. So these are the luminous objects. Non-luminous objects are those objects which do not have their own light, like table, chair, spoon. They are non-luminous objects. So if you try to understand here also one more thing, there are two type sources of light. One is natural, one is artificial. Natural means these sources of light produced by nature, and artificial means the sources of light which is made by or produced by humans, so these are two sources of light. Now comes, there are depending upon the properties of allow the light to pass through them, there are three type of objects. The first one is transparent object, the second is translucent, and the third is opaque objects. So transparent objects are those objects which allow light to pass through them. Transparent objects are those which allow light to pass through them, and translucent objects are those which allow light to pass through them but partially, not properly. And opaque objects are those objects which does not allow light to pass through them. They are called opaque objects. One more thing, class, we all know that light always travel in a straight line. So here from these two property comes the next topic, that is shadows. So whenever an opaque object comes in the path of light, the backside of the object forms a black dark patch type of structure. This is called shadow. So shadow just gives a outline. It doesn't show us the proper structure of the object, but it shows an outline of the object. That object comes in the path of light. It doesn't show any color, any detailed explanation of the object. So this is called shadow. When a ray of light, or when an object, opaque object, comes in the path of light, a black dark patch is produced just back of the opaque object, and this is called shadow. A shadow. Now the size of the shadow depends upon the angle of the light and the object, and also it depends upon the distance between the object and screen. Without a screen, a shadow will not form. Okay, means opaque object, ray of light which comes and falls on the opaque object, and in the back side there must be a screen on which that dark area created. So that is called a shadow. Now comes the next topic of ours, that is pinhole camera. So to make a pinhole camera, we took two boxes. One is bigger one and one box is smaller one. And the smaller one box must fit in the bigger box. So here what we need to do is take the bigger one and take the smaller box and cut one side of both the boxes, and in the bigger box make a small hole in the opposite side, and also in the small box in the opposite side make a small window like structure and place a tissue paper or a tracing paper on that small cutting on the opposite side of the smaller box, and just try to fit the smaller box into the bigger box, and then just try to see any object in the light by the hole of that pinhole camera. So if you try to see that object and try to adjust the pinhole camera, so you are able to see an upside down image of an object on the tracing paper. This is because light always travels in a straight line. So this is how we make a pinhole camera. Now comes our last topic, that is reflection. For reflection we need a polished surface. Normally we use a mirror, and in the mirror, if you observe, in the back side of the mirror there is a silver color polished, and on the after the silver color there is a paint polished in the back of the mirror, so that silver creates a layer which helps the light in the proper reflection, because silver is one of the good reflectors of light. The same way, if you use a new steel plate also, light will reflect. Light will reflect means the process of sending back the light rays after hitting the polished surface. This is called reflection of light, and due to this reflection image is also formed. And this image gives us a proper detailed information about the object. Only one thing, in the image the left become right, means the left side become right side and right side become left side, but in the shadow there is an outline, there is a dark patch color, but no proper detailed or no color of the object. So this is the difference between image and shadow. So class, this is the summarized lecture about lesson 11, that is light, shadows and reflection. Have a great day class. Be safe at home. Thank you.